We're going to start the show up. We're going to get the screen up. We're going to get the screen up and get the chat out. Everything is moving in slow motion. I know not why. But we are going to make it through. I could have swore I just put on the music. Alright, so the black signal went out successfully. So at least that's working for us. Let's get Spreaker back up. I could have swore I just put on.
Peace, this is Brother Hatim, and you have joined us in Giami Journey Radio. Be sure to check out our site and subscribe at tribe.giamijourney.com.
All my brothers and sisters, hold hands and bow your heads. Let us pray. God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth amongst the gods. How long will you judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? I say, in the poor and the fatherless, do justice to the afflicted and the needy. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not, neither will they understand. They go upon in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of court. I have said, ye are God, and all of you are children of the Most High. But you shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God, judge the earth. Thou shalt inherit all nations. Allahu Akbar.
This is Kadar Fox, and you are now listening to the Giami Journey Radio.
Keep up with the journey. Check out what we have done in the past. Go to journeyarchives.com.
This is Abin Sheik, aka Ace, live from Shisha Lounge, and you are now listening to Giami Journey Radio.
Alright, my chat's still not up, family, so I don't know what's going on.
Be sure to follow Giami Journey on Facebook, Google Plus, and Twitter. Check us out. Join the journey.
This is Abin Sheik, aka Ace, live from Shisha Lounge, and you are now listening to Giami Journey Radio.
You are now listening to Giami Journey Radio with Monica. Enjoy this journey.
Y'all hear that?
This is Marina, and this is Giami Journey Radio.
This is Willie. Welcome to Giami Journey Radio. I want to give shout out to Silver Kevin, all my Silver Nation out there. I want to give shout out to my mom. I give shout out to my dad for raising me and my family for being around me. And I want to give shout out to the people of my generation that's trying to do something big.
This is Cleveland, and you're listening to Giami Journey Radio.
Peace, Hotep. This man Sor Hotep, aka Mr. Deity. Mr. Deity, does it sound good? I think it sounds great. Right now, you listening to Giami Journey Radio.
If you're not adding anything to the culture that you claim, you don't deserve to carry its name. This is Brother Hatem coming at you live, and you are now listening to the Giami Journey Radio. Shouts out to the Giami tribe, Giami family. Stand up. Peace. If you're not adding anything to the culture that you claim, you don't deserve to carry its name. This is Brother Hatem coming at you live, and you are now listening to the Giami Journey Radio.
I hear all that skipping.
Shouts out to Giami Tribe. Stand up. You are now listening to Giami Journey Radio. Peace.
Y'all hear that? I don't know what's going on, family. I really don't.
This is Gina.
And you are now
Now you listen to my daddy.
on Giami
Journey
Radio.
Peace.
You heard Gina G. This is Gina G's daddy. Brother Hatem, I want to welcome you to Giami Journey. This is Folktales for grown folks. And of course, y'all know, I want to welcome you to the congregation of the mighty. This is Giami Journey Media. Of course, you know this is a Heart of Summer production. And right now, we are on Folktales for grown folks. And it's a Heart of Summer production. Thank you for listening. Well, we strive to blow up your old paradigms. Alright now, blowing up those old paradigms. I don't know what's going on with the computer family. Everything is out of whack. I don't know.
This call is being recorded.
We're going to try to do what we can and make it through. We got a caller in. Who's on the line?
This is J to the A. What do y'all call me on here?
Oh, Lady J, what's going
J.
on? What's going on? Oh, she got so many secret identities. You know, I think she's a spy.
You think I'm a spy?
A spy? You got all those aliases. You lost track of your aliases. All right, so I'm trying to get the chat up, family, so I could keep up with y'all, but the chat is not working at this point in time. So I'm going to have to go through Hootsuite and Facebook. And neither is Hootsuite or the Hootsuite just popped up. So if you wanna discuss with us on here, you're gonna have to hit us up either through the Facebook on Giami Journey or the Facebook on or Hatem, Giami Journey Facebook or Hatem Facebook. But let's go and get straight to this proverb, Lady J. Because I am running so far behind, I'm having serious technical difficulties. And so the line dropped. Just keep on talking. I'll come back on. But the title of the folktale for the day that we're going to discuss is called The Flea and the Man. Once again, that's the flea and the man. A man very much annoyed with a flea caught him at last and said, "Who are you who dare to feed on my limbs and to cost me so much trouble in catching you?" The flea replied, "Oh, my dear sir, pray spare my life and destroy me not, for I cannot possibly do you much harm." The man, laughing, replied, "Now you shall certainly die by my own hands, for no evil, whether it be small or large, ought to be tolerated." Anime like that one. Anime like that one, yo. You want to get it or you want me to get it first, Lady J? What's going on? Because we're going to make this one. I don't want to say we're going to make it quick, but we're going to have to make it quick because I'm zonked out. I'm sipping on this coffee, and it ain't going to kick in until about 3 o'clock this morning. So, you want to hit it first or you want me to hit it? Lady J. Uh-oh. Did we drop the call? All right.
I'm sorry. I done ran into some of my students at the grocery store. I tell them I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So I guess you want me. So, family, I'll start off. Lady J, you come in when you can.
Can you repeat the proverb, please, sir?
It says, it's called The Flea and the Man. A man, very much annoyed with a flea, caught him at last and said, "Who are you who dare to feed on my limbs and to cost me so much trouble in catching you?" The flea replied, "Oh, my dear sir, pray spare my life and destroy me not, for I cannot possibly do you much harm." The man, laughing, replied, "Now you shall certainly die by my own hands, for no evil, whether it be small or large, ought to be tolerated." You got it? So now, we got a man. Let's just imagine he's my height. He's being plagued by something small, but this something small is pretty uncomfortable. In some cases, it could be even pretty painful. When he catches it, it begs for mercy. But he states that no evil, no matter how small or how large, should be tolerated. So basically what he's talking about is that when you run into something that is problematic, you know what I'm saying, you need to squash it. You need to get rid of it. You need to throw it out. You need to, I don't know, I ain't going to say switch it in for something better, but you need to get rid of it. And it's, and basically, because this one is one of those folk tales that is just so direct and so beautiful in its simplicity that the lesson just yells at you. You know what I'm saying? What are you tolerating is the question that we might need to ask. What are you tolerating? You know what I'm saying? What is causing you pain, causing you discomfort? Because the flea is little, but it's causing this man great discomfort. And a lot of times, it's not the big pains that get at us, it's those little nagging pains. And what this man, his solution for dealing with these pains is totally crushing it. Now, like I said, oftentimes we can look at these folk tales on many layers and in many different directions. We can look at it on the personal level. We can look on the family level. We can look at it on the community level, all the way up to the national level. And I'm perceiving that there's a lot of fleas in our community and sucking the blood of our community that we really, really need to start dealing with. because we're tolerating the pain. We don't have to tolerate the pain. We don't have to go through this. But we choose to. Because this man could have chosen to let the flea go, because the flea kind of did have a good response for him. I can't do you too much harm. But the man was there and said, Annie, let's look exactly what he said, so I won't. Now you shall certainly die by my own hands, for no evil, whether it be small or large, ought to be tolerated. And once again, I come back to you. What are you tolerating? What evil are you tolerating? You know what I'm saying? And like I said, many of us, we get used to the flea bites. The flea bite of evil, I guess. You know what I'm saying? In our community, we used to the flea bite of evil. You know? For many of us, it don't even bother us no more. I mean, we can see all types of little things that started off as flea bites, all of a sudden spawning up in our community, springing up, in our community, and all of a sudden it's the thing to be, or it's the thing to do. Certain things that we would have never tolerated in earlier times have now been made okay. And it's because we have tolerated them when they were fleas. You know, there's a saying, you deal with a molehill before it becomes a mountain. And I think this proverb is this folktale is going along the same lines as that. Get it while it's a molehill. Get it while it's a flea. Because if not, you're going to pay in a major way. Or you possibly can pay in a major way. You know what I'm saying? Even when the flea is begging for its life, you got to get rid of it. You got to crush it. How about you, Lady J?
I'm listening, and I think I'm just in total agreement with what you said. Things start off small. Sometimes we tolerate it, and it just breaks out into something major.
It breaks out into something major. We can see this happening all over. I mean, because think about, unfortunately, my mind's telling me no. But I'm going to have to hit
What is wrong with you?
Because I got to hit on R. Kelly. And every time I got to hit on R. Kelly, my mind's telling me no. But because even with the R. Kelly piece and those like him, they start off as little flea bites.
And you tolerate it.
And we tolerate it. You spoke about that. You did a real good thing about that. When we were speaking on the money, far as, you know what I'm saying, because when you went into the whole boy stuff, where it's like, we tolerate this because it's a cousin. We tolerate this. It's certain things that we have to stop. If we are serious about uplifting as a people, it has to be certain things that we refuse to tolerate. Has to be certain evils. Right now, we are actually living out the whole Aleister Crowley, do as thou will. You know what I'm saying? That is the fullness of the law. That's the quote that Aleister Crowley said would be the rule of this age. Do as thou wilt. That is the whole of the law. And in our communities, we are living that out. Got the nerve to be pointing at all these other people talking about the satanic rituals that they are involved in. The conspiracies that other folks are involved in, when in fact, in many ways, and in many of our actions, we are doing some of the very same satanic stuff that we accuse other people, or we are allowing that stuff to brew in our communities, brewing even some of our homes. And don't say a word. The flea is just eating us up. As as a collective body. It's eating us up as a collective body, and we tolerating it. Because little JoJo, he don't mean no harm, or she don't mean no harm. When, you know, we're gonna have to start growing up. Because part of becoming a people is developing a conscious, not a consciousness, but a conscious. What can we do? What can we not do? What are the boundaries? Or are we going to continue just following, do as thou wilt? That is the whole of the law. I'm grown. You can't tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? How many times how many times we run into that? Even when a person wrong, they revert right back to, I'm grown. And it's like you got to wonder, when did that become acceptable? And just you, because you grown, you could do wrong. Dang, grown and wrong kind of rhyme. Because you're grown, you could do wrong. Right? How are we going to build a community on that? How, you know what I'm saying? How do you build? I mean, that's like trying to build on sand. Because you could change your mind about what's right. And you know what I'm saying? It's like building something on sand. And we're trying to build a community on sand. We're trying to build a community on with these fleas tearing us up. We're tolerating it. Let me go back. Let's read this again. I
think I got an example, Hakim.
Go ahead.
I got an example. So today, you know what I'm saying, I roll up at my son's school because they got a basketball game, right?
Uh-huh.
So the game ends, and this is what I'm talking about, guys address stuff when it's small, right? So the game ends. I'm sitting there he's watching the game. He don't have my key. I'm watching the game, right? Now, mind you, I'm at the game a couple weeks ago, and I see a little boy sitting between a little girl's legs, right?
Uh-huh.
And so I tell my son, I say, this is so inappropriate, you know, this public display of affection. See, this public display of affection, we're talking about freshmen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I tell him, I say, and so my son says, well, why is it wrong? Why is it wrong? I said, well, it's not wrong. I mean, it is wrong. But, see, it's really going to be wrong if that girl's daddy walks up in here. Right? And so the minute I said that, he understood. So today, I'm at the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting in the parent section. The kids sitting in their section across the way. I start looking for my son. Well, what is he doing? Sitting there with a little girl in between his legs.
Who, Mel?
So
Melly Mel?
Mel.
Well, I might have to go to that sleepover and have a conversation with Mr. Mel. All right, but go ahead.
You said what?
I might have to stop in at
You said what?
I might have to stop in over there for that sleepover and holler at Melly Mel for a second.
Yeah. So I had to explain to Melvin the difference between, because I was sitting with women and a father, and the father says, "Let that boy live." You know what I'm saying? He ain't doing. That's what the father says. Now the women are trying to looking at me like they get it. The women kind of get it. I felt like the father didn't. But the issue, I told him, the father has a son too. I don't know that he has a daughter, but I know he has a son. And so I was trying to explain to Melvin once again the difference. I said, what happens if that girl's dad walks in this building? It's going to be slow. There's going to be a problem. So I feel like if I don't address this now, when it's something like that, I'm going to be addressing something bigger later. You see what I'm saying? Right. And getting them to understand and taking these pictures and say, you know, what happens if it's your sister? We already know what's going to happen if it's your sister. It's going to be a problem. So trying to get it in his head why this is a problem, and then thinking about some of the things that could happen as a result of you doing grown things when you're not grown.
Right.
Because I told him, I said, well, you know, I could have been over. I don't even show public displays of affection. I'm not doing that. And you up here like you and you a freshman with somebody else's freshman daughter. This girl is not no junior. They was up all in 8th grade last year. Okay, so I tell them, do you get me?
I get you.
Are you with me?
I'm with you.
And it's one of those things.
Who that arguing in the background? Who that arguing in the background?
That's Melvin.
But put the phone up so I could. Shut up.
Here you are now.
Shut up. How about that? Mel, shut up. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's just what it is. I don't think that all the time when we say things to our children or we try to explain something, correct them, they don't always pick up on the big picture. You know what I'm saying? They don't always pick up on the big picture or why we are addressing things that are so small. But the reason being is that we don't want things to go unchecked. We don't want things to have that ripple effect.
Right.
You know,
especially with all
get out of hand.
Right, because it's like, you know, they want to be. I mean, because, you know, one of the things that I do dig is like be in the world but not of the world type thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like our kids. I mean, they're surrounded by this madness, and it start becoming, like you said, because we don't address it. And then really, when you think about it, it is to the benefit of our enemies for us not to address it, because it allowed things to get out of control. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, because what does the flea do? The flea don't just bite the limb. The flea receives sustenance from you. So the flea is, in a sense, a parasite that can help introduce other parasites into your system. And it lives off of you. And other people and other communities benefit by us not addressing the fleas. Now, first off, if we don't get the familiar fleas, the ones that's around us, it gives other fleas access to us as well. To where eventually we are sick because we're always anemic, because as a community we don't have what we need. We're losing because it's like, especially for young people, man. I mean, it's like we are as adults, because as adults, we need to try to hinder our children's interactions, because we already know how crazy we could get once those sexual chemicals start flowing through our bodies, once that passion starts moving through our body. My mind's telling me no. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that shit is real. I mean, you can hate R. Kelly, but that shit is real. And then we get to a point where if you don't have the mental discipline, if you don't have the maturity, you're going to mess up all of the time, because your mind's going to say no, but you're not going to go with your mind. Your spirit going to say no. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
And your spirit's going to say no, and you're not even going to be able to hear it, because you're so used to just going with your reactions. We have to, and it ain't just the kids. There's a whole bunch of adults that are fleas that we need to start flicking off. You know what I'm saying, as well? Because they're draining us, and they're draining our capabilities of being able to move as a group, as a people. Who Visa card you got, little girl? Huh? Who Visa card is that? It's real life here, Jimmy. Bring me that Visa card. Might have some money on that.
Please said I can have it.
Cleve ain't got no money? Okay, go ahead. All right, so yeah, I mean, because this is one of those straight hitters, man. And I mean, it's like, and there's so many different examples that we could just pull from. We could pull economic examples. We could pull social examples. I mean, hell, especially with social media. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? We could pull educational examples. I mean, just think about all of the behaviors that, because I ain't going to even say we right now, as people that work in an educational system, Look at how many small behaviors that, because they weren't checked when it was just small and dealt with when it was small, now they have infected the entire education system. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's just incredible. I mean, the wisdom that's in this little folk tale, it's like 7 lines. It's incredible. That's why we call it wisdom mining, family. You got to get out here and get your clothes dirty. But Lady J, you got anything else?
No.
All right, so we're gonna close it out on this one, because first, I'm tired. Second, I mean, it's so straightforward, family. I'm gonna read it for y'all one more time. You know what I'm saying? I would love for those of you that might be new and you might just be tuning in. I would love for you to like. I would love for you, those that's on Facebook, to subscribe, to follow Giami Journey on Facebook or wherever you are. You know what I'm saying? So you keep up with us. For those that want to do the daily toast, I mean, you a soldier and you able to get up early in the mornings during those weekdays, family. Hey, hit us up at Toaster. Text Toaster to 77292. You know what I'm saying? If you just want to get information about some of the stuff we're doing in the community, text G&J to 77292. And if you just want to keep up with this show, and this is not usually this short, I'm just wore out after trying to figure out why my system wasn't working. I mean, it took me almost a half an hour to get it right, because I had everything set up before I was going to start, and then it just crashed on me. So I wanted to apologize to y'all for that, right? But make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share, so we go and keep this movement growing, and we keep the tribe going, and, you know, be able to do some great things. Lady J, you got some closing words for the peoples?
You know I do. Let me fix it so it's not echoing.
You echoing?
As always, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
As always, I just want to remind everyone that we are in the midst of the Great Awakening. Do something today and every day to support the movement. Read a book, article, donate to a cause, volunteer your time and or services. Use your social media networks to enlighten and inform. And also remember to participate politically. It doesn't mean that you need to march, but it does mean that you need to do something that makes some sense. You can sign a petition, you can march, you can plan a peaceful protest, and you can always boycott. Remember, if we want change, we have to learn how to keep more of it in our pocket. It is nation-building time, family. It is nation-building time. It's time for us to use our Nguzu Saba principles to build infrastructure in our inner city communities. It is time for us to reflect. I'm thinking about Sinco to look back on where we've been so that we have a better understanding of where we are. It's time for us not to be preoccupied with all things that don't matter. It's time for us to put the unity back in community. All of that is going to take some action. So I just want to encourage you today and every day to do something in the name of the movement. Keep up the energy. That's it. We're in the midst of the Great Awakening.
I can't top that one. You heard it, family. This is Brother Hatim. I want to thank you for joining us in the Congregation of the Mighty. This is Giami Journey Media. You have just now been listening to Folktales for Grown Folks. Of course, you know this is a Heart of a Simmer production, where we strive to blow up your old paradigms, and we are out.